Hey, this is going to be lesson 5 of how to play guitar quick and easy. This is a pretty popular song by 3 Days Grace. It's called Never Too Late. And so that's what I'm going to be teaching you today. First thing that we're going to be doing is tuning down a drop D. And so this is what it's going to sound like at first before you tune down. And so the way that you're going to know that this is tuned to drop D is first you drum down and it sounds like that, but then you're going to know that it's tuned to drop D when you can hear this sound. Kind of like rings together with the A string and the low E string. It's going to sound like this. It's kind of like it's actually a power chord by itself on when you bar these two strings on any fret. It's a power chord. And so, another way to tell that you're tuned on drop D is to pick the top string and the 4th string, which is the D, and it's an octave up. So basically, the low E string is now tuned down to a D, and the D string was already a D, and so they're both Ds, and so they sound like this. And the A string and the E string together sound like. So now that we're tuned down into drop D, the first thing you're going to have to do is to bar the first, or I guess the last 3 strings, the 6th, the 5th, and the 4th string, right here on the 8th fret. Then you're going to take your, I guess it could be your pinky or it could be your ring finger, and you're just going to put that on the 10th fret of the D string. So it's going to sound like this. And then just kind of practice like picking these strings individually with your fingers like this. Or you can do it with a pick if you're good at picking, then it's kind of pretty easy. You go. So kind of get this rhythm down going. You go. And then after that, you're going to kind of open up your bar right here. And it's going to sound together like. So this is a really good way to practice the first part. Just keep going like this over and over until it's just like really smooth. Just go. And so then after that, after you can get that, kind of the kinks worked out a bit and everything, then you're going to go. So basically you're kind of walking up these 3 strings like this. And after you've gone, then you're kind of walking back, I guess you're walking back down, you would say. You'd go. That was the first part, now this is the second part. So together we have. And just kind of, like I've been saying, pause the YouTube video, have the guitar in your hand, and just kind of practice. And then once you've mastered this part, then you can unpause the video and watch the rest of this video. So after we've done that, like 2,000 times to get it right, because I mean, nothing is perfect the first time. You just have to practice and practice and practice. That's how you get better. So after, then you're gonna go. So the trick is, after you, this is the first part of the song, then you can kind of see that on the 10th fret right here on the D string, here you're going to go, so it goes 10, 9, or no, so 10, 8, 7. So together we have, and then open on the D string after the 7th fret. So, you play that little set right there 3 times. Then the last part is, so now after you've done that 3 times, then you go, so now instead of barring on the 8th fret, you will be barring the 7th fret, the first 3 strings, except that your pinky is kind of a stretch a little bit, but just you can kind of, I mean, I can do it with these 2 fingers, but when you're starting out, you just kind of want to use your pinky or your ring finger, whichever works for you, whichever you can stretch the best, you know. And so all together we now have, so after the last bar where you, or the second to last bar where you go, after you've done this once, then you go, then you do open, and so practice going, and then the very last part before the second, before like the chorus, you know, you go. So now the first part was, you do that 3 times. Then the second part was, and then open, and the third part is this last bar. So all together, without repeating this part 3 times, you go. Wait. Here we go. So then the chorus is pretty much way easier than this little picking business we have right here. It goes. The cool part about this is this song really helps you work on barring more than 1 string at a time. That's like a big part of playing guitar. Once you, besides like songs where you're just strumming, you know, another thing you're going to start learning is that there's a lot of songs that have bar chords in them, and that's something you need to practice and work on. So basically you just do that first part, and then the chorus goes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at first we're open, then we're on 8, then we're on 7, and after that, finally, we're on 10, and then open again. So this is the rhythm. And all together, we now have. This one will never be what I expected, and if there's something wrong, who won't stop, I won't leave alone. You know, and so you pretty much just keep going, and that's how you play Never Too Late by 3 Days Grace. And once more, just subscribe, comment, share with your friends that want to play guitar, check out some covers that I'm going to be doing, and basically just like go back to like the first 3 or 4 tutorials and work on those so that you can build your guitar playing. And like I've said before, you don't forget what you've learned, you just build. And once you can keep playing more than one thing, then that's kind of how you start playing guitar, you know. You can kind of measure how you play guitar by like how many songs you know and how well you play them. And so that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.